The Minnesota Vikings actually got some good news on the medical front as two players will be activated off of injured reserve. You got fourth-year guard Pat Elflein as well as rookie fourth-round linebacker Troy Dye coming back into practice for the Purple. So now it kickstarts the 21-day, aka 3-week window where they can practice with the team. They don't count against the 53, but by the end of that period, they have to either decide to put them back in IR for good or add them to the 53-man roster. So just because they're activated right now doesn't mean that they'll be in line to play against Green Bay or even Detroit. So the Vikings may take some time there. So with Pat Elflein, I say take all the time you need because I do want the Vikings to get an extended look at Ezra Cleveland at that right guard spot. First game against the Falcons was whatever. Was that a fluke? He is playing a position that he's never played before. He's also playing a side of the line that he's never played before, but whatever. Elflein famously was the Viking center for 2 years. Not great. Left guard last year. Not great. Right guard for one game this year against the Packers. Gave up 5 pressures and a sack. Not great. But then opened up Schrodinger's Samia, and he was the worst guard in the league. Like straight up, no cap. Drew Samia was the worst guard in the league. And I get it. As a Vikings fan, you can never say, well, it can't get worse. Well, it certainly can. But like we said, Elflein is on the 53 yet, is not reportedly going to be in line to play against Green Bay. So I say stick with Ezra Cleveland, give the kid a week, maybe 2, see what else he can do. Or just trade Riley Reif to Dallas and then start Ezra Cleveland left tackle. One of those two. Troy Dye, I'm super pumped about Troy Dye. So, rookie fourth-round linebacker coming out of Oregon, 6'4", 231. Originally went on IR with a foot injury on September 24th. Now, Dye had played a total of 21 defensive snaps week 2 against the Colts before that foot injury. Had been playing some special teams as well. Back at Oregon, his senior season, he put up a 77.4 PFF grade, 84 tackles, 2.5 sacks, 2 picks. Helped Oregon win the Rose Bowl, as well as was a 3-time second-team All-Pac 12 award winner. Is that award? It doesn't really matter. But I really like Troy Dye. He's got great leadership skills. He's got great movement skills, awesome in coverage. Plus, he played that Rose Bowl with a club on his hand. So that's just like an old school slobber knocker linebacker that I really do love. And the Vikings have had linebacker issues. So they lost Cameron Smith, Ben Gedeon, Anthony Barr on injured reserve, as well as, or on the PUP. Or non-football injury list, all of them, as well as, Dye was on IR and now is coming off. So they've been scrambling. They signed Hardy Nickerson Jr., they signed Todd Davis, they signed Ryan Connolly, they did all those things. But I do want the Vikings to get an extended look at Dye because I think that he could be the future, be a future starter for the Vikings because you got Kendricks Emeritus in that middle, Eric Wilson filling in swimmingly for Anthony Barr, but also just a guy who can play that strong side linebacker role. I think that Dye could be that dude. Plus, he's got elite coverage skills. I think that if the Vikings do go towards the smaller, faster linebacker mold with Wilson, Kendricks, and Dye, I think that that would be a nice little trio if they do keep Wilson long term. And then eventually, Dye could be that guy who works his way into the green dot, calls some defenses, and if he can prove against the run, add a little bit of size as well, could be a very bright future for the Oregon Ducks. So that's it for now. Vikings bringing back Pat Elflein, Troy Dye off of IR. Again, 21 days. They can practice for 21 days, don't count against the 53. Then the Vikings have to either put him on the rooster or back on IR. So your thoughts. Elflein back. Troy Dye back. Let us know in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support that work? Pull some in the Venmo. But until next time, Skol, production value.